Welcome back to the Auto Insider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. So this should be fun. I'm back here again with Roosevelt Gist from Auto Network, and now we're in the Toyota Prius Prime. So this is the plug-in hybrid version. This is the one that will go 40-ish miles on a single charge. So if you have a level 1, or maybe some might even opt up to a level 2, don't know if you want to spend that kind of money, but with the level 1 charger, you can plug this vehicle up at night when you get home and you stand it out. Those of you who work 10, 15 miles from your home, work, without burning any gasoline. So that is what we're going to. Toyota is looking for zero emissions. What do they call it, Roosevelt?
Glad you asked.
We'll come out, have it here. See it there right down below? That's what it's called. And they're looking for zero emissions as a total for their mix of vehicles. So you'll see a lot more electrification coming from Toyota in the years to come. They're taking a more conservative approach to electrification for the brand. And they're starting more with investing into this hybrid, plug-in hybrid technology in order to get to this zero emission. But in this EV mode, it is very similar to any other EV vehicle I've driven. You don't know there's an internal combustion engine here in this vehicle, but unlike a traditional electric vehicle, I know when this battery runs out of juice, I have gas, and it's telling me I have 443 miles of range left after this electric motor runs out of juice. 480 miles of range in this car. Look, what a daily commute.
I'm not a real fan of hybrids. The reason being, it creates too much confusion in the marketplace for the buyer. Salespeople don't know the differences between the gasoline power, the EV, or the hybrid. It's hard for them to explain all of those different technologies and features to a potential buyer.
So why wouldn't you just go all hybrid and no electric?
Then you're defeating the purpose of going to zero emission.
So, which I would argue then, let's go with, until we find a different power source for electric vehicles, I am a fan of the hybrids because then it gives me an option, it gives me multiple resources, then we still have the internal combustion engine and we're making it better and better and better. And as you can probably tell, we never got to the bottom of that. But what we did agree on is that this 2023 Prius Prime is prime for mainstream, and a lot of you will be rushing to the dealership to get your hand on one of these. So as you can see on the interior of this Prius Prime, the materials here look relatively premium. There are some pieces here that are not necessarily a luxury piece. However, this isn't a luxury vehicle. We're talking about the $40,000 price range. But as you can see here, if there's anything that I didn't necessarily love about this Prius Prime and this Prius and the previous generation Prius would be the instrument cluster. While all the information is here and is legible at first glance, a little bit cumbersome, a lot of information here to take in and gather, but it does come together. Here on the steering wheel, you also have this attention monitor. If you drive like this, your hand blocks the monitor and you'll get an alert that the driver needs to pay attention. So this is a car that you pretty much have to drive 10 and 2. But this feature is a great feature because it does keep you eyes on the road and mind focused on driving the vehicle. Here on the steering wheel, everything is set up that you can get to it. Pretty easy to read and function. You go through your menu selections, answer your phone, and all of your dynamic cruise control settings are here. As you can see from the video, the dynamic cruise control works well. As I activated the lane keep assist and the dynamic cruise control, it's maintaining its speed and it's doing a pretty good job of keeping this Prius Prime centered in its lane, even on these curvy roads. Lane keep assist could be a little bit better, but let's remember, Toyota does not in any way endorse any type of autonomous driving. This is just lane keep assist to let you know if your vehicle is going out of its lane. Push button start, you have your climate control, single. The XSC we drove earlier had heated and ventilated seats. The model we have here now just has the heated seats. On the XSC with the total package, you do have the cooling function right here. Also, here between the seats, you have a wireless charger for your phone, as well as 2 USB-C fast chargers. This one actually plugs up. You put your smartphone in it, and it automatically syncs with your system. So Apple or Android phone to the infotainment system here. Once you've done that, there's no need to ever sync it up again. Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto are a great addition to the lineup. And then in the back seat, you also have 2 additional USB charging ports for the people in the back seat. So let's count them up, people. 2, 4, 6, plus a wireless docking station for your smartphone. So you can charge up to 7 devices at one time in this vehicle. It won't even hold 7 people. And on that note, it's also not going to be some huge cargo carrier, but you can keep things out of people's sight. And here below the floor, you have your plug-in hybrid electric charging cable neatly stored below the floor. And if you're using this vehicle as a family vehicle and your daily driver, like many of you will, second row folds 60-40 into the floor to expand your cargo capacity. And for any of you considering this Prius Prime for your young growing family, you got a few good years in this second row. I sat back there and I wasn't cramped at all. And when it comes time to look at it, now this is a vehicle that Prius owners can be proud to say, yes, look at my Prius. Toyota has done a magnificent job of smoothing out the lines and giving this car a very fast forward look. The modernization of the Prius was long awaited, well overdue, but it was executed almost to perfection. If you're looking for a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle that'll get you 40 miles of range on a single charge and give you another 400 plus miles of range on the internal combustion engine, this Prius Prime hybrid electric vehicle should be on your list. And if you want to know where Toyota is going with this Prius, let's hear from them themselves.
When we looked at Prime's target customer, we found that they're stylish, they like to stand out, they also like to keep up to date with the latest technology, but they want proven, reliable solutions that fit their lifestyle. In short, they're looking for innovative yet trusted products. We think the Prius name fits that description to a T. Our new campaign for Prius and Prius Prime takes the trusted reputation and brings it up to date to what Prius is now. So consider this the world premiere of our new campaign. Couple spots I want you to check out. There's a lot more assets that you're going to see. The new campaign clearly illustrates that Prius and Prius Prime are still efficient, reliable cars, but now they're all those things plus a sedan that's more fun, appealing, and dare I say, just a little bit rebellious. And because of that, we expect to retain existing Prius owners and see a lot of new shoppers for Prius. Folks that have never considered it before, like me. The campaign launches next week, and we can't wait to hear what people have to say. Now, I'm guessing some of you are thinking, all right, Mike, that's great, good marketing, but what about pricing? Now, I'm obviously a little bit biased, but I think it's equally enticing. Prius Prime SE will start at $32,350, up to the fully loaded XSE Premium that starts at $39,170. And on the volume side, we're planning to sell about 10,000 units this year and close to 15,000 in 2024. You can expect an arrival on our dealer lots across the country in May of this year.
If you want to stay up to date with what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then download the SoundCloud app where you can listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. And now, the moment of truth. Is this all new 2023 Toyota Prius Prime hot or not? As far as plug-in hybrid electric vehicles go, this one is about as hot as it gets. When you combine this sleek new design, the 44 miles of range on electric charge, and the additional 400 plus miles of range from the internal combustion engine, this Prius Prime has to be the hottest PHEV on the road today. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.